Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about the first chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. In this chapter we have to know what is reproduction, type of reproduction, clone, lifespan, etc. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is defined as a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones, that means offspring, similar to itself. An organism's mean parents. So in reproductions, new individual is formed from the parents, and the new individuals are similar to their parents. The offsprings grow, mature, and in turn produce new offsprings. So when our offsprings grow, it becomes mature and it can produce new individuals. The organism's habitat, its internal physiology, and several other factors are collectively responsible for the reproduction. So what is the factor of reproduction? The factor of reproduction is organism's habitat, its internal physiology, and several other factors. Now the type of reproduction. Reproduction is two types, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? The reproduction which occurred with or without the involvement of gamete formation is known as asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction, there must be the involvement of gamete formation. You can present the type of reproduction like this schematic diagram. It is reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. The mode of asexual reproductions are cell division, sporulation, zoospore, and fragmentation. Cell division are two types, that is binary fission and buds. Now we will discuss about the asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? When offspring is produced by a single parent with or without the involvement of gamete formation, the reproduction is called asexual reproduction. So in case of asexual reproduction, a single parent can capable of formation of new offsprings, and there may be the gamete formation involved or without involvement. In this method, a single individual, that is parent, is capable of producing offspring. As a result, the offsprings that are produced are not only identical to one another but are also exact copies of their parents. As asexual reproduction happened without the involvement of gamete, there the offsprings and parents are the identical or exact copies. That is known as clone. Type of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is at first we have to know where asexual reproduction happened. Asexual reproduction is common among single-celled organisms and in plants and animals with relatively simple organizations. Now, asexual reproduction is done by cell division, sporulation, zoospore, and fragmentation. So, what is cell division? In protists and monerans, that is amoeba, paramecium, yeast, etc. The organisms or the parent cell divides by mitosis into two to give rise to new individuals. So in case of cell divisions, the body parts of the parents are divided by mitosis cell division and gives rise to new individuals. Thus in these organisms, reproduction is done by cell division. It can be done by two ways, that is binary fission and buds. What is binary fission? Many single-celled organisms reproduced by binary fission, where cell divides into two halved and each rapidly grows into an adult. In binary fissions, the body part of organisms, it enlarges and divided by two halves, divided into two halves. Example, amoeba and paramecium. This is the structure of binary fissions. This is a parent amoeba, it is nucleus, parent amoeba, and here the body of amoeba enlarges, the nucleus is divided into two halves, and here nucleus are separated and happen mitosis cell divisions. to organisms are produced. Now the second type of cell division is buds. In yeast, cell division is done by buds. In yeast, cell division is unequal and small buds are produced that remain attached initially to the parent cell, which eventually gets separated and mature into new yeast organisms. In case of yeast, the body part is enlarges and it's separated from the body and it becomes a new individual. This is parent yeast, this is buds, and this is new individuals. It remains, this is separated from the parent body and here two new individuals are formed. Now sporulation. In favorable conditions, the encysted amoeba divide by multiple fission and produce many minute amoeba. Divides by multiple fission. Here we have to know about what is encysted. Encysted means the cyst-like structure. So in the body of amoeba, a cyst-like structure are produced. The cyst wall bursts out and the spores are liberated in the surroundings medium to grow up into many amoeba. So when the favorable condition comes, the cyst wall are burst and the spores are spread out in the environment and many amoeba produce. The phenomenon is known as sporulation. Now, zoospore. Zoospore is a microscopic or motile structure through which the individuals can swim, and it is a mode of reproduction. Members of kingdom fungi and simple plants such as algae reproduce through special asexual reproductive structure is called zoospore. Zoospore usually are microscopic and motile structure. The other type of asexual reproduction are fragmentation. Fragmentation means the small piece of a body part. Fragmentation. In some organisms, the body parts breaks into distinct pieces, that is fragments. Each fragment grows into an adult and capable of producing offsprings. This type of asexual reproduction is called fragmentation. So in case of fragmentation, the body part of parents, it become separated and the separated body parts grows up and it produces new individuals. Fragmentation, hydra reproduce through fragmentation. This is buds, it's separated and produce a new hydra. Another type of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation, which is found in plants like runner, rhizome, sucker, tube, etc. Vegetative propagation, the mode of asexual reproduction is found.